Hello viewers and welcome! This will be the new Let's Play for the channel. We will play Kingdom of Carantania. Yes. So I created this mod recently. You can find it on the Steam workshop. It's called Carniola, and this mod, which we will use to play Kingdom of Carantania, adds Slovenian culture to the South Slavic culture group. It changes cultures of two counties, Krain and Karnten originally, and adds some new characters to the game of Slovenian culture. It also adds a titular Kingdom of Carantania, which you can form if you hold the Duchy of Carinthia plus another duchy of your choice. You can become the king of Carantania. You have to be of Slovenian culture to do so. And it also adds a simple little decision that you can make, which gives you some prestige. This is also referring to a historical events that were happening in the area, and you can find the links. You can find the links on the screen. You can find the links in the description of the mod to the various wiki pages which list some historical facts about this. So let's just first jump into the game, then we will maybe speak a little bit about the background and history. I won't go into the details. I am not a historian. What I know is basically from what I learned in school, which was many years ago, and what I can read on the web, such as wiki. So that's as much as I know, so please don't take all this for granted. Let's just start the game, and then we will talk single player. I already enabled the mod, so we'll start a new game. If you're playing Carniola, you should always pick the early Middle Ages. That's when these things are relevant. Custom, of course. And okay, so now because we have the mod loaded, the mod basically changes cultures of these two counties here. Now they are called Carantania and Carniola. You can see that they are of Slovenian culture. Originally, I think they are Croatian, which is, I don't think that's historically correct, but it's probably paradox can't model every little culture in the world, so they just pick whatever is closest, probably. I don't know why, but that's so. This mod actually corrects this fact. So you have Slovenian culture here. You also have the counts of these two counties are Slovenian counts, but still they are ruled by Bavarian kings. So we are not independent. If you're going to play, you should select one of these characters. One of these characters, either Count of Carantania or Count of Carniola. You will have a Slovenian culture county, but you will have a German overlord, a Bavarian overlord. So let's just start the game. We will select this Count of Carantania, of House Karantansky, and yeah, we will play as Count Chotimir of Carantania. And let's just start the game, then we will talk a little bit about the history and so on, so that you will understand a little bit more. Okay, I'm using the rules which just everything is default. I just turn off Aztec invasion because it's silly, and defensive pacts probably won't be needed in this game, because as you can see, this is a very underpowered start. Basically, you start. You are Catholic, of course. You are feudal, but you are destined to die if you live here. So you have powerful nations all around you. You have a Bavarian overlord, Bavarian king, who is of different culture than you. and you have here Italians who I think have de jure Duchy. No, I don't think that the de jure Duchy exists, but basically it's a very difficult start. But before we go into the game, let's quickly speak about the history and what was the inspiration for this mod. Yeah, I will open up some wiki pages and try to interpret what is there. Obviously, you can go there yourself and read upon it even more. There's more information, but let's start with this. The kingdom of, well, not the kingdom, let's call it the county of Carantania had a predecessor, and that's something that was that started in the 7th century, according to wiki and according to information that I have. It was all formed by one character, Samo, and he united these Slavic tribes. So it was not only Slovenians living in this new country, in this new forum. It was also other nations, as you can see here. These were all still tribal at that time. So these were Slavic tribes who joined under the king Samo, and this was all happening in this region. So in the region of Carantania and Carniola, what is modeled in the game as well. But of course, this is before Crusader Kings game starts. So this is just a little background, so that Slovenians had some kind of form of a government. They were independent, and they were ruled by King Samo, who died. So he died in the middle of the 7th century. When King Samo died, the way I understand it, these Slavic tribes somehow fell apart. They were not anymore under a common ruler. After that, the Carantania was formed, as you can. I hope you can see on the screen. I just turned on the wiki page. So this started in, as you can see, in the second half of the 7th century, immediately after the death of King Samo, and this included, as you can see here, present-day southern Austria and present-day northern eastern Slovenia. I'm just reading off the wiki page, and this forum lasted for, I mean, at the beginning it was totally independent. It was a tributary to Frank. After 100 years, it became tributary to Franks, as you can also see here on the wiki. And in about 1828, it was completely integrated into the Franks. I would imagine into this Bavarian kingdom. So the independent county of Carantania, it was never a kingdom of Carantania, it was just a county, was completely integrated and disappeared after that time. So you can also see the territory on the wiki. It says that it actually covers two separate Slavic principalities are mentioned, Carantania and Carniola. These are both modeled in this mod, so you can either select the county of Carantania or county of Carniola. As I said, this was never truly developed historically. It never became an independent kingdom of Carantania or anything like this. This is purely fiction, and it is actually the objective of this mod. So try to change the history a little bit, so that Slovenians actually keep their county of Carantania, expand, and at some point form the Kingdom of Carantania. So again, if you go a little bit back into the history, there's also in the game you will find in the game you will find some characters. For example, the county of Carantania is ruled currently in the year 769, when the Crusader Kings game starts. It is ruled by Count Hotimir of Carantania. You can see the whole house here. The name Karantanski is made up. I don't know if they had a name. The names of the rulers are actual names that you can find in history books. So let me put up the wiki page for easier comparison. So here, so this is the wiki page. As you can see, the first, probably the founder of, let's call it Count of Carantania, County of Carantania. I will refer to some of the expressions I will use are not actually historical, but they are the way they are called in Crusader Kings. And in Crusader Kings, the ruler of Carantania currently is a count. So let's say the first count of Carantania was Count Borut, who died in 750. And it is already also modeled in this mod. So we can see that this house has the oldest character is Count Borut, who died already in 769. He died. He had two relatives. One was his true son, Gorazd, who died, who inherited the county but died prematurely. And so the county was inherited by his cousin Hotimir. This is the situation when Crusader Kings actually starts. In 769, it is the county of Carantania is ruled by Count Hotimir. Actually, historically, Gorazd and Hotimir were cousins, not brothers. So, but I would just have to invent more characters here on top. So I would have to invent a brother of Borut who I don't know. So I didn't want to invent more characters. It really doesn't change much gameplay wise. So you will have in the game Count Hotimir as a brother of Gorazd. Historically, he was a cousin of Gorazd. So you will start as Count Hotimir, and another character is in the game who is also actually a historical figure is Gorazd's son Valtung. He actually also exists, and when the game starts, he is already alive. So Gorazd has a son, which is a little bit easier start to keep your county together. So you have your inheritance secured when you start the game. Okay, so that's maybe, yeah, as I said, House Karantanski, there's no historical evidence of this. I just made up something that looks a little bit interesting. And then you can also choose to play. We selected, of course, Carantania here, but you can, if you play this mod, you can decide to play Carniola. If you play Carniola, you will play as this is actually even a harder start. You will play as Count Voinomir of Carniola. This is also a historical figure. It is a little bit fantasized here because there's no evidence that he was actually the Count of Carniola. Voinomir Slovan was a historical figure important for this area, and he had some diplomatic and powerful influence on the region around that era. So that's why I put this guy here. You can also play as him. But as I said, we will play as Count Hotimir of Carantania. I'll just quickly put. So if you're going to play this, go to the Steam Workshop, find Carniola mod, and then subscribe to it. Make sure that you enable it in the launcher, and select the earliest possible date, 769, and then you can select one of these two characters. Okay, I think this is all the explanations out of the way. We will, as I said, please don't take all the historical explanations as factual. I am not really a historian. That's just a little bit of background for us to easier to follow this playthrough. So, where do we start? So we are a one county count, as I said. Our overlord is King Tassilo III of Bavaria. And as always is in this game, I mean, we have an heir, which is Waltung Karantanski, 6 years old, just about to get his first education. But still, I think we should get married, and we will marry for prestige, I think. Let's find a woman who would give us some prestige. This one is a 16-year-old Greek. And also stats, I would say. So prestige and stats, and somebody who is not a child, so that we can actually do something immediately. So we have Greeks, Italian, and a Greek. So let's see. This one is minus 100 prestige. No, thank you. Then we have the Frankish. This one would give us 0. At least we will not lose prestige if we marry her. She's got some martial score as well, which may help at the beginning of the game. Let's try this Greek one as well. 21 years old. No, thank you. 100 prestige hit. And the Claudia Sorrenti of Italy. Let's see. No. So actually, if we don't want to suffer 100 prestige hit, we should take this woman, 25 years old, 15 martial. She's ambitious. Yeah, I think that's fine. We will get an alliance with some count somewhere in the middle of Europe. Probably won't be useful for us, but it's not for, we're not marrying for alliances here. So let's take this marriage. We will start educating Waltung. Well, yeah, another thing that this mod adds, let me, you can select, if you have, I think it's 50 gold, if you have 50 gold, you can start an event, you can take a simple, it's a decision, it's not really a full event chain, to be honest. You can take this decision, you can get coronated at the Princess Stone. It's another historical ceremony that took place in Carantania, and you basically get 100 prestige, just like that. So you can click the button, invest 50 gold, and you get 100 prestige. You will be coronated at the Princess Stone as a ruler. So I probably won't do this, maybe once or twice just for the flavor, but you know, it's some bonus which is a little bit gamey. I don't like getting cheap bonuses like this, but you can do this if you want to. So obviously, what do we want? We want to get, do we want more children or not? Yes, why not? Let's try and get more children. And yeah, as I wanted, let's make Waltung fearsome ruler with a lot of martial score, if we can. And let's check our council. We have a bad chancellor. So how to expand? Where to expand first? Obviously, we have here a very juicy target, a 5-year-old. The only thing that's a little bit, I don't know, it's not a very noble thing to do, is to kill your fellow neighbor of the same culture as you. So, but still, I think we will attack Carniola first, but we will try, if we can, save the Slovan family. We will give them some castle or something, just to keep them alive if we can. The other expansion is north into, further into Bavaria. We may as well do this. It's a little bit harder expansion. this country of Steiermark is not easy to take because it's surrounded by rivers all around. So every attack is across river. Granted, also Carniola is across, but it's just Carantania, so we can easily attack from south. For example, we can, but this county here, look at this, rivers all around. So, plus another bonus, if we attack here, we get a land who is of our culture, so it will give us more yields, more money, more troops. It's just better. So I think our first course of expansion should be our fellow neighbor here, Count Voinomir of Carniola. I'm sorry, buddy. We will save your family and we will save you, but you will just have to give us your castle. That's all. Another thing I am, as we play, I remember. So the capital of Carantania is Curran, and Kernski Grad was a historical capital of Carantania. So this is also modeled in the game. So you'll find like this bishopric of Gospa Sveta. This is also historical. City of Celovec, modern day Klagenfurt, still called Celovec today by Slovenians. So it is here, it's modeled here as a city in Carantania. So, you know, things are a little bit flavored to Slovenian culture if you're going to play that. Now, where were we? Oh, we were checking our council. So we have a terrible chancellor of 3. I don't think we will get a claim if we keep this guy. Chancellor of 3 is better if he's not doing anything. He will just make things worse. Marshal is decent. Steward is also decent. Spymaster is decent, I would say. And Court Chaplain. Yeah, the only thing that we're lacking now is a good Chancellor, and we need Chancellor. So we have Jože, who is commander of... You know what? We will fire this guy. Bishop of Gospa Sveta. I'm sorry. This is Jernej the bishop. I'm sorry, guy. I mean, you are just a buffoon with the level of 3. You can't do anything. We will try and... Can we steal a character from here? No, we cannot. Let's see, do we have any claimants that would join our court before we do that? Firing a bishop is not the smartest thing, but I think we will just have to. I'm sorry, you will be angry. Commander will be a chancellor, and he will try to fabricate the claim on the county of Carniola. Our marshal will train troops. Our steward will collect taxes. Our spy master will try to steal some technology from the Byzantine Empire. And court chaplain, well, you just try to make things a little bit easier. We just fired our vassal. Yeah. As you can see, he hates us now. Jernej hates us. We fired him from the council. Clearly, he is entitled to this. But we will just give him... No. We will just give him some... Let's say that you are a cupbearer. This should make him a little bit happier. Right. What will be our own focus? Wow, I didn't even notice this. Count Hotimir has some amazing stats. Amazing traits, I want to say. He is patient, charitable, diligent, temperate, and a brilliant strategist. So we can raise 300 troops at the moment, where Count Voinomir of Carniola 400. Ooh. Well, it's not going to be easy. Even with this stats, we cannot raise more troops than he can. That's amazing. So how can we... I don't want to go war or hunting. We could go theology and go on a pilgrimage. Well, another historical fact. This house started as pagan. So Count Borut of Carantania, he was a pagan, and he was the first character who converted to Christianity. So this must have been in around 700. So it must be in the maybe beginning of the 8th century. I'm guessing a little bit here. and his descendants were all Christians. So we could go on a pilgrimage just to solidify our belief a little bit. What else? Maybe we could do this. We have such good trades that it almost feels unnecessary, to be honest. But what else are we going to do? I think let's do this and try to go on a pilgrimage. We are unmarried, but I think we already sent out our marriage proposal. And we will need a court physician as well. And there's no candidates available. For now, nobody is ill, so let's leave it at this. Important decisions. Yeah, we can hire a court. Does this cost us? I think this costs us to hire him, and we don't exactly have lots of money. What we can do before the game starts, we will just go. No, let's get married first, then we will go on a pilgrimage. And yeah, this is the beginning of the series. Kingdom of Carantania starts right now. Okay. Count Hotimir of Carantania, 24 years old. And yeah, so our wife arrived. She's from... His father is from here, somewhere from Central Europe. Somewhere from modern-day France. But we will just take some prestige. Yeah, he agrees to this marriage. We have a wife now, and I think now Count Hotimir will go on a pilgrimage, just to show that he is true and right Christian, right Catholic actually. So we are of a Catholic belief. Our overlord approved the title revocation law. So he can just revoke our title right now. Let's see how... Yeah, he does not really like us because he thinks we're a foreigner. We will go to Jerusalem and Rome. Yes, this is the start of the pilgrimage. Let's go to Jerusalem. Jerusalem at this time is yeah, basically controlled by Muslim rulers, but let's go to the Holy Land. This is before the Crusades start, obviously. This is very early Middle Ages, 8th century. My journey begins. Let's hope for a good pilgrimage. No diseases, no wounds, God forbid deaths. If we die, this would be really bad for us. And so we were ambushed by robbers on a pilgrimage, so we can just pay, or we have High Marshal. We can become brave. I think that's just what we want to do. Count Hotimir, with, you know, we are young, we are so very strong. We will fight these robbers. We won't give them 10 gold. That's a third of our coffers. That's a third of the money that our father gave us. So let's try to fight these guys, and we are brave, further improving our stats. Nice, very nice. Let's hope for another good event, and we will try to become zealous Christian. No, it didn't happen. And here we are, Jerusalem. We arrived. Let's pray a little bit, speak a little bit with our fellow pilgrims, and yes, we return home, and we have 20 piety. This made our bishop Yerne a little bit happier, so he does approve this, but he's still very angry that we fired him from the council. Yes, so we are home. We will attend now to our noble duties. We need to make more babies with our new wife. Valtung is 6 years old. He's taking his education. I think it will be his father who will teach him the martial skills. Yeah, we still don't have a court physician. Can we have? I think we can afford one. Better safe than sorry. Let's hope for a good guy, somebody who knows how to work with medicine. Medicine of the 8th century. I'm sure it's very sophisticated. So we can get... So this will cost us 10 gold to hire this guy. It's Vid. And he's a renowned physician, and he's celibate. Okay, he's 70-year-old. He will not live long. It's not a fair exchange exactly. This guy will live for, what, 2 years and die, and there goes my 10 gold. Let's do it anyway. I don't like this. So yeah, of course, as I mentioned in my earlier Let's Plays, you can easily get insanely good counselors. You just click this, you search the whole world. For example, I want a master diplomat. I go here. Anyone who would join our court? Yes. With a click of a button, I can get a 21, 19, 17 score diplomat who can get me this claim. But I think it's a little bit game breaking to play like this. Oh, we still have cultures on. Okay, so yeah. These are the jure duchies. So what do we need actually? We need to form the Kingdom of Carantania. We did not speak about this. Oh, you want us to be your commander? We are amazing at this, and we have a son. Let's accept this. I mean, we have to be a little bit more agreeable with our liege, because well, if he gets angry with us, he can just revoke our county. So what I wanted to say, to form the Kingdom of Carantania, we need to first form the Duchy of Carinthia, and these are these 4 counties, this light blue counties. It's not easy at all. So this one is relatively easy. Attacking our fellow Count Voinomir of Carniola, but taking Aquileia and Istria will be extremely hard, because this is under the king. We need to attack king himself, but we will just wait for the opportunity. You know, the kings will have revolts. There will be revolts, and if the opportunity comes, we will come in and take a province here and there. We don't need much. We need two provinces, and we can establish the Duchy of Carantania. Once you have the Duchy of Carantania, you only need one more duchy of your choice, whatever you like here, and you can form the Kingdom of Carantania. So this will be the goal of the game. Once we form the Kingdom of Carantania, then this will be probably the end. And we'll just see how long do we need. It's entirely possible that we lose the game, that we get somehow subjugated, taken the counties, or we simply lose due to inexistent heir or something like this. It's entirely possible. If that happens, we will just restart and try again. Yeah. It is December. It will soon be 780 when we will stop the recording for the first episode. Okay, so this is 770, not 80. Okay, viewers, 770. Count Hotimir of Carantania is now in his throne. He's got his mission set, and that's where we will continue, where we return. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.